Y'all, I just realized ain't nothing matching. Ain't nothing matching. I thought that this matched. And then first of all, I'm at work, obviously, but I changed out of my uniform so that y'all don't know where I work at. So this headband actually matches my uniform. But baby, right now I'm serving tacky realness, okay? Hey y'all. Okay, so I was definitely gonna come on here and talk about my experiences that I went through this week. And to kind of give a backstory for my video that I posted yesterday about my breaking point. If you haven't watched that, go check that video out. But on my way to work, I was actually watching, I know, don't judge me. I was watching the Trevor Noah interview that he had with Lizzo. And if you don't know, apparently you don't know me, I love Lizzo. Okay. There are two celebrities, two amazing, impactful women that I completely stand for. And I will not tolerate any slander about these two women. And they're both up there equally for me. One is Lizzo and one is Rihanna. But I'm going to dedicate this video for Lizzo because I want to explain why, like, y'all, I swear, I cry. I'm so emotional. I'm very sensitive. So I cry a lot, but I'm going to try to compose myself. Anyways, why do I stand for Lizzo the way I do? My love for Lizzo is on another level. It's just something different. We got a connection. Homegirl don't know me, but baby, I feel like I know for a fact, I don't feel anything. I know for a fact that Lizzo brings so much joy to the 13-year-old girl in me, because I'm still trying to cope and overcome things that I experienced when I was a preteen and when I was a teenager. There's just a lot of things that I'm trying to unlearn. And as an adult, I am giving myself the love that I deserve, the attention that I deserve, that self-love, that self-care that I deserve, that I did not have, I didn't have, or I wasn't capable of giving myself when I was in high school and my early years in college. I'm talking like I graduated from college. Child, my first year, the only year that I completed in a traditional college. So with that being said, I think a lot of us actually deal with that, as, preteen, that teenage, those teenage years, the early 20s, your late teens, that 18-year-old type of year. Those are like really prominent years because they shape who you become. Those are really when you start picking up things, life lessons, when you start exploring different ideologies. And so I'm not going to necessarily talk about that time in my life, but I'm going to go even further back to when I was 13, when I was 14, when I was 15, when I was 16. So those have been my very impactful years. And the things that I believed and the things that I learned, the behavior that I had as a 27-year-old, I am still working. I'm still working on all of that.
How many of you have ever felt personally victimized by
Weight Watchers? 13-year-old me. Growing up, I think I went to my first Weight Watchers meeting when I was 11. I went with my mom. I've always been bigger than my peers. Let's say that. And I've always been self-conscious of my weight and my body. Growing up, I did not like my body. I hated it. I thought I was the ugliest thing walking because I didn't have people around me that looked like me. Even my cousins, even other black girls that I knew, I always just thought that they were prettier than me. It was only a few, honestly, like 2 girls that I grew up with that were close to my size. The rest of the girls were, of course, skinnier. I would go, and then also, for those of you who don't know, I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood. So my experience has been that white expectations of beauty are different than black expectations of beauty. So I grew up not liking my hips, not liking having a butt, especially when I was, you know, growing boobies and, you know, forming into a young woman. I didn't like that kind of stuff because I grew up around itty bitty girls, you know, girls that were like, oh, I'm so fat, you know, like just like your typical girls. And I always had a self-complex with my hair because I wanted straight hair. I wanted hair that moved, you know? Okay, so going back to me growing up, like I said, I was first introduced to weight loss at a very young age. And that instilled in my mind that there was something wrong with me and that I wouldn't be beautiful or acceptable until I lost weight. So the current body that I was in, it wasn't acceptable. My mom, I love my mommy. She's amazing. She really tried to build me up and try to let me know it's okay to be different. You know, you're beautiful just the way you are. And I don't know if I was obsessed with losing weight or if my mom just thought it would be healthy for me to go to Weight Watcher meetings with her and to constantly talk about different diets that we could do together. But it really took a toll. It really affected my self-image and my self-esteem. I say all of that because Lizzo looks like me. Lizzo is a big, beautiful black woman like me. Okay? And I was first introduced to Lizzo in 2015. I saw her perform and I was like, oh my gosh, look at this big girl, and she's got on a bodysuit. I would never wear a bodysuit. I would never be twerking like that. Like, it made me uncomfortable to see this big woman being sexy. And I was like, oh God, I hope I'm not that size. Like, because growing up, that's what I would always do. I would always, you know, look at bigger people or, you know, big, beautiful people, plus size women. And I would always ask Mama, Mama, am I that size? Please don't tell me I'm that big. Am I that size? Am I that fat? I hated my lower belly. And I still have issues with my fupa, but we're learning to love each other. So that's another video. But yeah, I would just always compare myself to other people. So when I first saw Lizzo, I was intrigued by her, but at the same time, she triggered my self-hate. So I was like, let me look her up. So I started listening to her music and I was like, okay. And the first song that I really loved was Let 'Em Say. She's got a song with this girl named Carolyn. And it's like, let them say what they gonna say. They gonna feel how they wanna feel. Cause I love it, baby. Hey, you should too. Like, I love that song. So that was the first song. And I watched the music video and she was so carefree. And she just loved herself, and I was like, oh my God, screw what she looks like. I love her spirit. Like, Lord, I want that esteem. I want to be that confident. Lizzo exudes confidence. So I started listening to her music. I fell in love with Good as Hell. I fell in love with Worship Me. I love Lizzo. So let's fast forward to currently, because she is like the breakout star right now. Because society, y'all are just getting onto Lizzo. Child, I've been about that Lizzo life. Lizzo has taught me personally, she has taught me how to love myself. Because of Lizzo, I'm not even being dramatic, y'all. I swear I'm not. Because of Lizzo, I learned to stop comparing myself and stop deeming fat as ugly. Ugly. I say this all the time. Fat is not a synonym for ugly. You can be fat and you can be beautiful and you can be healthy and you can be sexy. You can be all of those at one time. It's not either or. No. Fat, I accept it. I accept my body for what it is. That does not mean that I don't continue to exercise. But guess what? This is the difference. If I were to remain the same size and for the rest of my life, I would be okay with that. And I'm not judging anybody that has issues with their body because I've been there. Like, real talk, I just got to that observation. I just got to 100%. Well, honestly, I'm at like 90% loving myself last year. That's when I started. Some things that I still have issues with is my fupa. But what I do to boost my self-confidence is Instagram. I use Instagram as a positive thing now. I don't want to go back to thinking I have to be a certain size, or, you know, my butt has to look a certain way, my stomach has to look a certain way, my hips have to look a certain way to be beautiful. And also, I got out of my head that if guys didn't think I looked good, then I was ugly. Because that is something that I really dealt with growing up. And I know I'm not the only one that dealt with something like that. Like, I was called orangutan titties. You know, I was always called fat. Guys would, there were some guys in my high school that only wanted to, hook up with me because I was the fat girl. Like, it was kind of like this betting thing with their homeboys. It was kind of like a game. Like, let's try to make the fat girl feel like, we really want her, and then like dog her out when she finally thinks that she's getting positive attention. Like, it was like stuff like that. And it stuck with me for a long time. If any young girls, if you're in high school or early college and you're watching this, let me tell you something, sweetheart. The best part of your life is when you glow up. Okay, honey? When you glow up. And glow up is a mental thing, okay? Because let me tell you something. Them same guys that dogged me out, that were embarrassed to be with me publicly, that called me orangutan titties, those same guys are in my inbox. Those same guys hit on me. Those same guys wish that they had an opportunity with me now. They wish they had a chance with me now. They wish I would give them the time of day. They wish that I would give them the opportunity to shower me with the love that I deserve. But baby, that ain't gonna happen. They're not worthy to be with me. So don't you ever let anybody, male or female, make you feel like you're not worthy of love. that there's something wrong with your body, that there's something wrong with you for looking the way that God created you, because there's not. Okay? And living is the best revenge. Lizzo says that all the time. Living your life authentically. I'm going to add that, authentically. An authentic lifestyle, authentic love is the best revenge, honey. When you learn to love yourself, nobody can take that away from you. And that is what Lizzo has taught me. I constantly search fat women of color. I look up women that embrace their bodies. When I'm going through those modes of when I feel less than, or I feel like I'm not attractive, I look for women that look like me, that don't consider their fat stomachs a flaw, that don't consider their cellulite something that's bad, you know? That chub rub, they're about that chub rub life. Like, they understand what that's like. They understand the thighs touching. Like, they understand that that's 100% okay. And you know what's crazy? Nowadays, it's like I'll see bigger girls, bigger than me, and I'm like, yes, honey. I was like, Lord, let me have that confidence. Like, they look good. They look good. Like, I love it. I love it. You guys, the best thing that I've grown into is my self-love. It has changed my life. And I thank God that we now have people like Lizzo. Another thing, she's not brave. She's not brave. Y'all stop saying that. Stop thinking that just because we wear crop tops and we wear what the freak we want to wear, and we rock bathing suits and we wear the same stuff that other women are wearing, that we're brave, and that we embrace our bodies, and that we continue to live life without dieting and focusing on self-hate. Like, no. Thank you, Militant Baker. Look her up. She's amazing. Sarah Ray Vargas. She's another big girl. Tess Holiday, she's problematic as hell, but she's another big girl. It's so many of us out here living our best life, and I thank God for them, because the 13-year-old in me, the 13-year-old girl who thought that she should have been on Weight Watchers, who thought that she should have been on a slim fast diet, that 13-year-old girl is finally at peace. So thank you, Lizzo, for contributing to my self-confidence. I've held back vacations. I've held back photo shoots. The photo shoot was recently. Get into that. And this is from me just loving myself so much. But like I said, like, some months, some weeks, I'm not feeling it. It's, you know, and it's just the truth. One thing that Lizzo said in that interview with Trevor Noah, she said that there's a term for loving yourself, which is called body positivity, but there's not a term for body negativity, because that's what people do anyways. That's just how people live. That's just how society is built up. I've held back going to events in the past. I've held back shopping in the past. And my excuse is always, well, I can't do that until I lose like 10, 15, 20 pounds. I'm not going to go shopping again until I lose 10 or 15 pounds. I'm not going on vacation. I'm not going to the beach until I lose about 10, 15 pounds. My thing is always 10 or 15 pounds. I always feel like if I lose 10 or 15 pounds, my life will just be transformed. And I don't know what I think. I don't know if I think that I'm going to start pooping glitter and a unicorn is going to appear in my life and all of my worries are going to be gone if I lose 15 pounds. But that is how I used to live my life. And it's draining as hell, because you're constantly weighing yourself. You're constantly, I'm speaking for myself. I was constantly weighing myself. I was constantly checking my waist measurements. I was constantly like just examining my body in the mirror as if I was at like a doctor's appointment. Like, okay, well, I think my stomach went down. Like, it's just crazy. Like, constantly trying on shapewear to see if I was getting that ideal body. No, this body right here is ideal, and it's just enough, and it's actually a little bit more than enough because I got extra body. So yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. It's long enough, honey. But thank you, Lizzo. Thank you to all of these women. They have personally impacted me. They've made me become a stronger woman. They've made me love myself. And representation in media is so important. So not only does my 13-year-old self, not only is she satisfied and happy to see someone like Lizzo, but other girls that are growing up that are hating their bodies, that are big girls, they also get to see Lizzo. And my prayer and my hope for them is that they don't have to go through depression, self-hate, self-harm, the vicious cycles of dieting because they don't feel like they're good enough, because they don't feel like they're pretty enough, because they feel like they're too fat. And you're so much more than your body. I promise you. Just keep living a little bit longer, girl. And you wait for that glow up. I just hope your glow up happens before you turn 26 like mine did. That is my prayer for you. Go ahead and glow up now, girl, because you is sexy as hell. Peace and prosperity. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.